Get ready to kick back. Grab the first available seat. And pay close attention. Because we've got an in-your-face, bowl you over, out of your seat, exciting version of life's funniest moments. We've got streaking snowmobiles, tumbling tots, and a cool cat who's on a roll. So get comfortable. Heck, lie down if you want. Because this show's a smash. Chock full of life's funniest moments. Life is like a merry-go-round. Plenty of ups and downs. This is a pivotal moment for Hickama Valley High Gymnastics team. Coach said if they can get 10 guys in a row over the pommel horse, they don't have to run at the end of practice. Almost there. Okay, line up for down and backs. Hosting their first mother-daughter tea party has been quite a challenge, but Marla and her daughter Vera had pulled it off, and the other moms had to let them host once a month now. It might be a while before they host again, but it might be hired as entertainment. For the most part, ping pong is exactly like tennis. Except in tennis, it's not so dangerous jumping over the net. Wow, that was definitely a double fall.
Kelly, tell the dog.
It's normally called hide and go seek, but this version is called hide and go scratch. Hey, there's no way Hooter counted to 10, and he was peeking the whole time. Behold the latest girl band sensation, Blonde Cubed. It's true girls are sugar and spice and everything nice, but when they're on tour, they sure know how to trash a hotel room. Every superhero has an Achilles heel, something that can bring him down. For Superman, it's kryptonite. For the mighty snowman, it's carrots. Raise your hands and holler, 'cause we've got good times. This is the perfect hill for sledding, except for, that giant ditch in the middle of it. They could move to another hill, but this one's already so perfectly smooth, except for, that giant ditch in the middle of it. You don't always get to sled the hill you want. You sled the hill you have, even if it's got, that giant ditch in the middle of it.
Let's sing. Sing for Daddy.
Cookie may look like she's singing, but what she's really saying is, please stop howling. Please stop howling!
Go ahead. Yankee move first. Lift your
The kitty is not doing so well at checkers, but she's sure to win the next game of Cat's Cradle. When you've had a few too many, the first thing to go is the legs. Through rain or sleet or snow, Sparky will fetch the ball. Such is the dog's code. Kudos to you, Sparky. You've done the code proud. This rider didn't plan on going off-roading, but his ATV sure did. After all, it's not a terrain vehicle, it's an all-terrain vehicle. When adults play a child's game, the odds are those adults are going to end up behaving like children. And the children will pay a price. Coming up, a handyman who's not so handy. And a plie becomes a plie-ouch. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. This is your brain. This is your brain on fun. Any questions? Grandpa loves playing with Binster. So the grandkids told Grandpa that Binster's favorite game was catching snow thrown to him off the shovel. You know what the grandkids' favorite game is? Tricking Grandpa into shoveling the walk so they don't have to do it. Everybody wins. Julio loved playing ball. But after taking one in the chops during the last game, he wasn't going to take any chances. What the laundry basket took away in peripheral vision was more than made up for in whisker protection. Now, Julio can be safe playing ball. It's only been 2 days, but this puppy is already a yo-yo expert. Well, if you can be an expert after learning only 2 tricks. But the fact that he can do both tricks at the same time should count for something. After all, not everyone can do the around the world while walking the dog. Let's all take a giant step backward. It's time for Life's Funniest Moments Rewind. Jimmy did such a great job on scale models, he thought it was time to graduate to full-scale projects. It was. Ronald told his parents that he wasn't a baby anymore. He wanted to sit in a big boy chair, but they resisted, so he figured if he had to sit in the baby chair, he would act like a baby. Looks like this wannabe big boy is still a baby at heart. Indeed. It was a tough slog up Mercy Hill, but the payoff was going to be fantastic. As soon as Donnie got to the top, he was going to hurtle down this hill at top speed. Well, he doesn't have to get all the way to the top. Let's see that again from a different perspective. It's one of life's funniest moments in reverse. It's funny both ways. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was sitting. Except Larry, he fell asleep and then headbutted Aunt Carol. Nice one, Larry. When learning how to dance, it's important to be on the same page as your instructor. While Jerry here thought he was learning the foxtrot, Helga was teaching the body slam. Nice footwork. And now True Coat Floor Wax presents the Nutcracker. Remember, if you want a clean, shiny floor, use True Coat Floor Wax. But if you want a successful dance production, please don't. The sign says, "Do not enter." Enid is about to find out why. They thought this was a petting zoo. Turns out it's a spitting zoo.
Look at that crispy green stuff. I don't know if I got that on paper net.
The principals of these next clips all had one thing in mind. When's lunch? Oh wait, that's two things. Look what I can do. Steve finally taught Rex to open the fridge, get the drink, close the fridge, and throw out the empty. As soon as he teaches Rex to drive, his plan for world domination will be complete. Roberto thought he would teach his kids how to play soccer. The wrong way. Do as he says, kids, not as he does. Bob's new car came with a driver's side airbag. In a rear-end collision, the person farthest back is always at fault. You'd cry too if you were uninsured. The Smith family calls this fun with skate cat. The kitty calls it roller nap. Before Harvey fetches his tool from the pool, he's got to do his fetch dance. It always makes a splash.
Yeah, that was very good. Ellen DeGeneres dance there. Guess I'm gonna have to go, but I gotta check out the whole situation here. Yes! Everything's all clear to go.
Usually, when a fashion critic hates an outfit, they'll write a blistering article. But Sparky is not your usual fashion critic. Coming up, a tuber goes tumbling. And what goes up doesn't come down. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Some days you just want to lie around, eat, sleep, and scratch. These, my friends, are dog days. In the automobile business, this is called an undercarriage wash. Today, Frankie's going to skip the hot wax. Once the Raiders stopped Goldie from chewing on their shoes, she moved on to the next best thing. Jimmy's a talking dog. In fact, if you asked him where he was right now, he'd yell, "Roof, roof." Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the world-famous Zaretsky 1-second water extravaganza. Kids, they're like adults, only smaller and cuter and funnier. Timmy loves sledding. He just wanted to know why Mommy always made him wear a scarf around his face. The reason was made abundantly clear on Faceplant Hill. This baby is a multitasker. She doesn't just eat lunch or take a nap. She eats lunch and takes a nap. Maybe next time she should combine eating and bathing. For Christmas, Jackie wanted a doll. Instead, she became one. Her dog, on the other hand, wanted a bone. And he's not a big fan of the Jackie in the Box. Ah, the world's simplest toy, the swing. You just swing back and forth. Well, they got the back part down. They just need to work on the fourth. Coming up, a snowy smash-up. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Snowmobiling safety entails a lot of things, but in reality, the crux of it boils down to this. Remember to take the keys out of the ignition before you dismount. You never know when a particularly strong gust of wind will pop the clutch, sending your shiny new snowmobile into the woods to become a $3,000 paperweight.